So today, we're not going to be talking about one M4A1 class, we're not going to be talking about two M4A1 classes, we're actually going to be talking about three overpowered M4A1 classes, and the reason we're doing this is because this gun could literally be played as any weapon in the game. You could use it for rushing, you could use it for long distance, and you could use it as a mix-up for the two, and that's the exact classes we're going to be making today with the M4A1, guys. It is super overpowered. You guys 110% need to run these classes in the game, especially if you're playing on certain maps for rushing, certain maps for distance, and those medium-sized maps. So guys, check these classes out. They are super overpowered. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Like I said, today we're going to be talking about the M4A1, and we made three different classes, completely different classes for the M4A1, and these things are overpowered as hell. The one for rushing goes on par with SMGs. The one for mix-up I love a lot because you can play it at rushing, you can play it at long distance, you can do whatever you want, and then the distance class just feels like a laser at long distance. So guys, if you could drop a like on this video, we're gonna go for 986 likes on this one. That would be amazing if we could hit that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here with those notifications turned on as well. We just passed 506,000, so we could get to 510 pretty soon. That would be pretty cool. And let me know down in the comments below, when you use the M4A1, do you rush with it? Do you camp with it? How do you play with the M4A1? I personally rush with it. I love rushing with it. I don't know why, but it's such a good gun to do so. So speaking of rushing with it, that is going to be the class that we're going to start with, because this is one of my favorite classes in the entire game. Like, if I had to choose between the MP7 and this class, I'm being honest with you guys, I would probably choose this class right here. So the first thing you want to run for the M4A1 rushing class is the Barrel FSS 11.5 inch Commando. This gives you ADS speed and it gives you bullet speed. Now, it does take away bullet velocity and recoil control, meaning your gun's going to kick a lot more than it should, and the bullets aren't going to go as far and fast as they should. But guys, this is a close range class, that doesn't matter. Next off, you want to run the laser, the TAC laser. This gives you ADS speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness, and the only negative is the fact that the laser is visible. Now, for the stock, this is the best stock I find for the M4A1. We're going to run the no stock. This gives you movement speed and it gives you ADS speed. Now, it does give you a little more recoil and it does make your aiming stability a little harder, but guys, like I said, this gun is meant for close range. If you're using this gun for long range, you're using it completely wrong, and that's why I'm giving you guys a class in this video made specifically for long range or made specifically for long and close range. So guys, trust me, this one has a lot of kick to it. You do not want to use this class at long range. You want to use this on smaller maps, especially maps like Shoot House, Gun Runner, Hackney Yard, stuff like that. This gun is going to destroy people. For the ammunition, and this one is very important, you want to use the 9mm Power 32 round mags. This gives you a faster fire rate and it gives you better aiming recoil control. Now, it does take away some damage and the damage radius, meaning that you better hope you hit those shots, and the fire rate being so fast, it makes it so much better at close range. Now, the last attachment you want to run for this is the rear grip stippled grip tape. This gives you ADS speed and it gives you sprint to fire speed. That is the two best positives you could get in the entire game, especially that sprint to fire speed. 100% needed on a class like this. Now, it does take away some aiming stability, but don't worry about it, guys. Now, before we get into the distance class, which is one of the best classes for distance, especially if you want to be like a complete laser and go up against people at long distance, you'll smack them with that. We're going to talk about the mix-up class, and the mix-up class is the one where it gives you distance, but it also makes your gun good at close and medium range. So this is the second class on the list. We're going to the best one, which is going to be the last one, but we got to save it for last, man. That's one of the best classes in the entire game. But the M4A1 mix-up, this is good for all ranges. First thing you want to run is the stock, the Corvus Custom Marksman. This gives you damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. It takes away some ADS and some movement. Now, the first time I ever used the Corvus Custom Marksman was actually yesterday, and I fell in love with this attachment. It is really damn good, and the ADS speed and the movement speed adjustments, when they're a little more negative, you don't really notice it. So that's what I really love about this attachment. It feels like there's only positives to it. Now, the laser, we're going to run the TAC laser once again for that ADS speed, but the reason we're using it more is for that aiming stability and aim walking steadiness. The only problem is your laser is 100% visible. But the thing I love about the TAC laser is that it gives you ADS speed, but it also makes your gun a lot more steady. It makes everything more steady. It makes it feel more like a actual laser gun, which is insane. The next one we're gonna run is going to be the stock, and that is going to be the Forge Tac CQS. The only reason we're running this is for ADS speed. That is the only positive it gives you, and the negative is aiming stability, but we already got positives towards aiming stability, so we don't really have to worry about that. Now, the thing I love about this is that it's such a basic attachment, it feels like you don't even need to use it, but it does up your ADS, which is really good for those close quarter combats. Now, for up, far, and long range, you don't really have to worry about this, but for those close quarters, trust me, this is the one you want to use. That's why it's on the Mixup class. For the underbarrel, the Commando foregrip is what I highly recommend. This gives you recoil stabilization and aiming stability. It does take away some movement speed, but it's so worth it once you start feeling like a laser. For the rear grip, stippled grip tape 100% for that ADS speed and that sprint to fire speed. Like I said, this is a class that we're using for close quarters as well, not just long distance, so we do need that sprint to fire and that ADS speed adjustments. The only negative on this one is the aiming stability. But now we're going to go into the best class, one of the best classes in the entire game in my opinion ever since I started playing with it, and that is the distance class for the M4A1. This feels like an absolute laser. It feels like you have aimbot when you're using this class. That's how good it is, and I have to say, man, you gotta 100% use this class. For the barrel, we're going to run the stock M16 Grenadier, whatever you want to call it. It gives you damage, range, which is really damn good, and it also gives you bullet velocity and recoil control. It does take away some ADS and some movement speed, but we're using this gun for more long distance fights, so we don't really have to worry about the ADS being the fastest, and we don't have to worry about running around the map super fast. We're using this as a slower class. Now, this attachment right here, I freaking love it, dude. I don't know why. Going to the laser, again, like every other class in this one, we're going to be using the TAC laser. It gives you ADS speed, and the reason we need that is because we just lost it. It gives you aiming stability, and it gives you aim walking steadiness, only making your laser visible. Now, this thing feels like an absolute laser. You're not going to be missing shots. It barely has any kick to it, and this gun is just insane. Now, for the stock, we're going to run the SynGuard Arms Invader. I've never actually run this stock before up until yesterday, again, when I was testing out different classes, and I have to say, this is a very, very good stock. I don't know why people sleep on it. The SynGuard Arms Invader is insane. It gives you aim walking movement speed. That's it. And it takes away aiming stability, but that aim walking movement speed that you get, especially at a long distance, is going to make you a very hard target to hit. Let's say you're very, very far away from the enemy on one of the ground war maps. You're already super small. You're already hard to aim at, and once you start moving and aiming and shooting all at the same time, but moving fast, you're just going to be a very hard target, and the enemy's not going to have an easy time hitting you. So trust me, you want to run the SynGuard Arms Invader. Going to the next attachment, that's going to be the underbarrel, and again, it's an underbarrel I've never suggested to use on the M4A1, but it just works. You guys gotta trust me on that. That is going to be the Merc foregrip. This gives you recoil control and hip fire accuracy, so when you're aiming down sights, your gun's not going to be kicking up like crazy, and if you do get into encounters up close, you have that hip fire accuracy where you can start shooting before you ADS, because the ADS speed isn't that fast on this weapon. That hip fire accuracy really does help a lot. Now, this attachment does take away more ADS speed, which sucks, and it does take away aim walking movement speed, but that's all good. We don't really want to worry about that. And getting on to the last attachment, that's going to be the rear grip, and we're not going to be running the stippled grip tape on this one because we don't need that sprint to fire speed or that ADS speed. We're going to use the granulated grip tape instead. This gives you aiming stability and aim walking steadiness, only taking away some aim walking movement speed. And the reason you want this again is because this gun is already super stable. It's already really damn great, and especially when you're aim walking and stuff like that, when you're aiming down sights while walking, you want that steadiness, because we already made this class very fast at aim walking and stuff, so you do need that steadiness so you can be even more accurate at those long distance shots. So guys, trust me, we got the M4A1 rushing in this video, we got the Mixup one, and we got the distance one. These are my 3 go-to M4A1 class setups depending on the map. Now, you guys can also change these classes in game, so if you ever get into a match and you realize that the short one, the rushing one, isn't working for you, go ahead and put on the Mixup one, and then you realize that one's not working, you could even change the class in game and put on the distance one, which is amazing. Nonetheless, guys, that is going to be it for the video today. I hope you guys did enjoy it. We're going to go for 986 likes on this video. If we could hit that, that would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here with those notifications turned on as well. I would truly appreciate that, and let me know down below, what is your go-to M4A1 class? That would be amazing to know as well, guys. Thank you for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.